Welcome to Phil's Corner Live. Welcome to the what is usually the Tuesday stream. I brought it forward a day. So this is a Monday evening stream. But we are going to look at eBay, of course. And as we get into this as well, and hello, Football Shirt Connoisseur. Welcome, mate. Welcome. As we get into this as well, a couple of brief news updates, and then I'm also going to show you the AOK shirt, which I got off the back of last... no, it wasn't last week, because we didn't stream last week. 2 weeks ago, we stumbled across an AOK shirt, which I wasn't sure if it was real. I later found out it was real, and then put it in a bid. Got it for, I think, 25 quid, something like that. Hello, Baz. He says, hey, Phil, guys, unexpected pleasure. Yep. Surprise Monday stream. Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, obviously it's a bit late notice doing this, but it's good to see a couple of regulars here already. As we get started, I will say, my magazine, More Than a Shirt, has now sold out, which is amazing. So the first batch which we did, that's already sold. So that's... really amazing. I'm really thrilled and thankful to everyone who's bought one. We're going to order more. I'll get another batch in. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's ordered it. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you did get a magazine, please let me know what your thoughts are on the quality, the content. I'd really like to kind of incorporate that feedback into future publications. But yeah, thank you, Baz. He says congratulations. Thank you very much. And yeah, onwards and upwards. As I say, I hope this will be the first of more magazines. I don't plan to. I mean, initially I'm thinking it'll be a once a year thing, but I could certainly look at expanding the next year's one, and there's scope to do different things. But possibly, if not More Than a Shirt, there's other potential things I could do. But yeah, in short, really cool, and thank you. Basil says we'll order when the new batch is available. That's very kind, Baz. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for your support. Right, I'll show you the AOK shirt I got. There's a lovely Atalanta shirt as well in the background there. But this is the AOK shirt. So again, 25 quid, and it is not only a lovely shirt. Oh, just knocked my table there. So it's got, one of the best badges in football there. Absolutely stunning, but it's also the Vape in It version, which is fantastic. So it's the what year was this? Is it 2018-19? This kind of iteration, this version of Vape in It. So you've got the kind of classic. It doesn't show up very well on camera. The sleeve pattern or sleeve ventilation, and again I'll just show a close up of that crest. If I can get that on the middle there, that's the wrong way. So it's a great crest. It's a great shirt. Lovely back net detail as well. You can see there. So it's a good shirt. Which kind of says this is very nice. I like it. I mean, for 25 quid, really happy. And I believe, doing a bit of research, this player issue version was only available at ProDirect. ProDirect have a bit of a relationship with AOK, which is why they get the drop on their limited edition stuff, as well as other things. But yeah, in short, for 25 quid, that is one of the better eBay bargains we've had. I have to decide, obviously, whether I keep it. I may keep it, I may sell it on. And of course, now I've revealed the price, if I do sell it, it'll either be at the same price or maybe a bit more. But anyway, that is, again, from the last stream we did. So we've had a few, over the streams. Obviously, the Korea one was our best one yet. But I think, we've had a few other purchases. Why can't we have a few more tonight? Let's have a look. So I will switch this over to eBay. And hopefully you can see my screen. I'll just check I've got my second screen operating. And I do. So we'll get going. I forgot to say as well, of course, guys, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Doesn't cost you anything, but it keeps you up to date with all the content. And you can also, support me on Patreon, which is a kind of step up. But if you want to support me further, you can also, that's one way to get the magazine. and a free shirt as well. But anyway, guys, AFC as well, before we get started, says, yeah, Phil, I managed to pick up the Roma 2020 away brand new tags. Nice. Nice pickup. Nice pickup, AFC. And brand new tags, that's decent as well. And Steve-O, good to see you in chat. Good to see you. I'm well, thank you, mate. I'm well. Hope you are well too. As we start, many of you know I'm a Liverpool fan. This is a quite a nice Liverpool shirt. At a good price, to be honest. I mean, now the thing is, guys, I kind of wish I had more time because honestly, I'd want to do a bit of research to see how that price sits with the kind of market value. I can see a few. It looks like there's a bit of damage on the stripes there. They're kind of yeah. So a couple of nicks in the shirt. This is the product description. A couple of nicks in the shirt. It's not in amazing condition, but still great. I think I'd want more time. My gut says that is a really good price, but obviously with the damage, you know, it's not actually probably as good as it seems. But to be honest, it doesn't look anything major. I'd probably want a bit more time before chucking in a bid, even though it seems quite reasonable. Zhao, I'm well, thank you. I am well. Hope you're well too, mate. Baz says, I'm hoping to sell a few before I can buy again, and there's a spot of bargain also. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good. For those who don't know, I had an exhibition at the weekend which went really well. I sold a few shirts there as well, so I've got a bit of money in the shirt kitty. I'm not kind of actively looking for anything, but you know, if we see something, we'll yeah, that's dangerous. I mean, I buy stuff at the worst of times. Even though, yeah, I should probably stick to my budget a bit more strictly. Yeah, so anyway, this is, I mean, in terms of, again, I think that is, my gut would be that market value, and I say market value, it's obviously flexible, isn't it? But I think that's a 3-figure shirt, if it's in good condition. You know, it's an early 90s shirt. I think, you know, this, of all the Liverpool shirts, it's not the most exciting. Some people do rate it, and of course it is a classic Adidas equipment era design. But anyway, nice pickup for someone there, 85 quid. I think that's pretty decent. And that's interesting to see as well. Of course, a number of clubs have been doing auctions for charity, and this is great to see. Who have we got here? Buxton FC. Now, just the shorts here, I think. I might be wrong, but that, you know, that's raised a good amount of money for Ukraine, so that is good to see. And talking of worn shirts, there's another shirt here as well. Again, that's a very interesting design. The auction has ended, but wow, I don't remember seeing this from Dundee FC. Well, it looks like a bespoke pattern. Huh. Very, I mean, very Scottish. I like it. Alejandro says, just popping in real quick. Thanks for stopping by, mate. On an unusual Monday evening, but thank you nonetheless for checking in. Zhao says as well, checked yesterday in the local sports shop the Arsenal retro shirt, usually not my type of shirt, but was really impressed with the quality and how they tried to replicate the original design. Yeah, well, that's interesting. I'm assuming, well, given the price, that is almost certainly fake. It looks pretty dodgy, isn't it? Yeah, it looks dodgy. I mean, 20 quid, yeah, we just have to assume that's fake. Yeah, no, Zhao, I mean, Arsenal are one of the best at that kind of, in that genre. They just are excellent at retro shirts. I think, you know, there's a few things. Obviously, the frequency is pretty intense, but in terms of what they do it well. They market them very well. Yeah, so there's a lot to like about what Arsenal do. Oh, I love this Fulham shirt, guys. Was absolutely brilliant. Honestly, it's so mad. I'll be honest. I cannot remember the name of the guys on the front there. I'm sure he's Johnny Haynes. There we go. Well, we're taking the word of the eBay listing here. This is a great shirt. I mean, I'm probably not going to go for it, but it is an excellent shirt. If you collect, you know, if you're, you know, someone abroad who collects English team shirts, or someone in England who collects other clubs' shirts, this is, I think, one of the most interesting collectible Fulham shirts, of the last 10 years or 10 plus years. A kind of gold, a shiny gold effort from Kappa with a collar and a pattern on the front. I think it's a great shirt. I'm going to see what this goes for out of interest. I've not seen it a lot on my travels as well. Just catching up on the comments because I'm a bit behind. Baz says, I'm still trying to complete my USA 94 collection, but only 5 jerseys. Only 5 jerseys show. That is impressive, Baz. It's very impressive. Ja saying the same time as Liverpool. I see, yeah, with the Arsenal shirt. Very nice. Football Show Concert saying, such a nice idea for clubs to play in Ukrainian colours. Yeah, I think it's excellent. So the Fulham shirt ends again on a really, I think that's a really reasonable price. The shirt looks in great nick. I don't know. I mean, we could have a look. I won't to save time, but my guess is that there's not many of these knocking about. So that's another nice pickup. Of course, as we've done that, auctions have been dropping like flies, but we'll pick it back up. Yeah. This Marseille shirt, which I think was available at M&M Direct not so long ago, albeit for more than that. So, I mean, it looks like the tags have been taken off. It's been worn a bit. So it's not a huge bargain, but you're getting it at a reasonable price if it's one you wanted to collect at the time. And I did actually quite like this one at the time from Puma. Yeah. Well, we've got a subscriber by the sounds of it, and unfortunately my screen is not set up to be able to read it. I think it was Graham. I apologise, Graham. As I say, annoyingly, I'm using my phone basically, and the quality of the screen. But anyway, you know what? I can quickly check if you just give me those 2. Graham Archer. Graham, welcome once again. Apologies for missing your name, but thank you for subscribing to the channel, mate. Thank you. Welcome to Phil's Corner. Andy, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Let's see what we got, guys. We've got Roma shirt here. No bids. I'm not overly familiar with this particular shirt. That crest looks a little bit funny though. Again, it might be that the crest on this shirt was a bit, it looks a bit smudged, doesn't it? I'm going to guess this might be fake, but we won't waste any more time on it. Similarly, if a Liverpool shirt is going on for £5, yeah, if we don't have a product code, it does look pretty dodgy. I'm pretty sure that's also fake. Sometimes I'm not even sure, but you just assume if there's one bid at £5, you kind of assume other people have done the work, done the work for you. It's not always the case. Graham, so there was that new subscriber. Hello, mate. Welcome. Glad you could stop by, and yeah, welcome to our browse through eBay. Someone asked me the other day. They just said, which English team, if you could have the shirts of any English club in history, which would you choose? Or something to that effect. I can't remember the wording. But I actually suggested Newcastle as an option. Now, of course, they had a few dark years, but in terms of the 90s, and even this kind of era, the NTL era, of course, it was a pretty garish sponsor, but I really liked a lot of the Newcastle shirts. And I'd include a lot of the goalkeeper shirts. That purple is pretty bright, but yeah, it's gone for £10, in a small... sorry, it's gone for £60 with 10 bids, I should say. I'm not surprised. I think they're really good, Newcastle shirts. YOLO says hello. Hello, YOLO. I don't recognise your name, but so if it's your first time, welcome. If it's not your first time, welcome back. Oh, here we go, guys. Now we've not really got. Can we do it quickly? Can we very, very quickly do a Google of that product code? This is literally down to the wire. 4769465. It is the shirt. We're going to go for it. £19. Oh my days, 3 seconds. We did it. We're determining the winner. Did you see? Okay. I've never even seen that message. Genuinely, I've never seen that message. That was intense, guys. Literally, with less than 20 seconds to go, Google the product code. Based on that, I think it is the shirt. Well, there was a couple of listings, but that's enough for me. Did we get it? We won it. Now, the thing is, obviously, that was so little time to even digest the shirt and look. There's a bit of damage to the label there, but I'm pretty, for that price, I think we can work with that. As I say, that couldn't really have been any shorter. Now, we didn't even have time to read the description, so let's just reconvene, gather our thoughts. Apparently they finished 4th in La Liga. That's a pretty good season. Yeah, no, a shirt like this, which isn't a shirt I've seen a lot around, it's about 10 years old. For that price, it's reasonable. You can wear it a bit, and it has some resale value. If I was to sell that, I'd probably be looking to sell it for mid-20s or higher. There we go. We won a shirt early on in the evening, and that literally was as close as it could have been. I don't really know. Yeah, there was about 20 seconds there. But anyway, let me catch up on some comments as well as we go through. Yellow said, what do you think about my match worn Garincha jersey? I just tweeted you. It's a bit expensive, but I'm planning to donate half it to Ukraine. Very good. I won't look at that now. I tend to avoid going on Twitter just because it'll be a bit of an overload of stuff. But I will check after the stream, Yellow. Football Check on the saying as well, the 95-97 Newcastle home is a classic. I have 3 in my collection. Very nice. Yeah, exactly. Great shirt. Just one of the best. Just one of my favourite shirts of the 90s. And yeah, they're saying I fully on Twitter and watch your stuff sometimes, not usually on live streams. Hey, that's cool. Thank you for stopping by, for taking the leap onto the live streams. That's great, mate. And he says, I love it. Thank you. That is very, very kind. Yeah, I appreciate that very much. Middleman, good to see you. Good evening. Welcome. We've already had a win, or we've had won an auction. It was literally with about 20 seconds. We googled the product code. It turned out, and I'm pretty happy. 17 quid, 20 quid all in for that shirt. Yeah, that's good. I wouldn't, Is it a bargain? I think it's below the value. I mean, obviously, if that goes in classic football shirts, it's 50 quid. But that is classic football shirts. I think on a lot of other sites you'd get it for, I think at least 30. I would expect to pay for a shirt like that. You know what? Let's whilst we're here, I'm just going to quickly. I suppose I've left it completely wrong there, but we'll just roll with it. 13-14 away. Now, again, I'm not going to spend too much time here. You can see in some of the shots it looks a lot darker. So much darker that it makes me think, that's interesting. It could be the lighting, of course. It looks like quite yellow lighting. We're going to hope it's the same shirt. Now, what was that on for? I can't remember. Okay, so Classic Football Shirts had one of these for 40 quid. So I think, we've paid pretty much around market value, not much less. I'm still happy to get it for that price. But it's I probably wouldn't call this a bargain. I think this falls into the category of, that's decent. A nice one to check out in person. And I think if I was to sell it, I'd be hoping to get 25 plus. Or I might keep it if I like it enough. again, I'm catching up with your comments. I've been a bit slow to comment. Um, Andy said it needs some dramatic music to go with that Bilbao bid. It was. I mean, we've had a few like that, but that was tight. Oh, here's an interesting one. Oh, I like it. New York Red Bulls. I think their shirts are always quite interesting. Now we've got, is that some fair damage there? It looks like. Now there is a code there, which is good. So I mean, this is compared to the last situation. This is luxury to have this much time. Now what's that? E78842. Again with Adidas codes. I don't know if was it a B. It might be a B. No, it looks like it's an E. So that's a good sign. Getting, anytime you see a return of the shirt, and I generally just, I'm just gonna go by that and the pictures. I think we're good. So I think 950. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Now what size is it? It's only an S, which is a bit of a kind of a slight knock. This might even be the same seller as the other one. I think we could go for 11 quid. And if it is the same seller, we can combine postage, which would be really nice. So I'll be happy with that. I think we possibly won that as well. It's turned out to be a busy evening. Another weird. I realised that message. It might be that I was just the timing rather than it was like a close shave type situation, or maybe not. Yeah. So I think I'm right. Yeah, that was the same seller. So that's great. Anytime you can get, of course, shirts on the same seller, you can combine postage, which is excellent. And for us at the moment, that really sweetens the deal. Some other shirts here as well. All reasonably priced. I'm going to assume that's not player issue. Yeah, because I was going to say that would be nice if so. Did we win this shirt? We did. So there we go. Another auction win. Yeah. I mean, I think so. Before I talk about this, again, I need to catch up with the comments. Jerry said, what do you think is the worst Premier League shirt of this season? Ooh, interesting. Can I come back to that, Joe? I'll come back to that. Bad saying, Joe, can I say Tottenham just because I'm a gooner, but I find it quite boring. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is very, very, very vanilla. What's the worst Premier League shirt this season? I'm actually trying to think. What is like my least favourite of all of them? Right, let's just look. 2021 Premier League shirts. I'm going to hope someone's done a nice big image of them. We've got the home. Oh no, that's not this year. I mean, this is a very, very rushed graphic, but my least favourite of that set, honestly, Watford's, that sponsor is pretty hard to digest, it's fair to say. And I actually don't really like Chelsea's shirt, but I mean, we could talk about that another time, I think. Those are the two that jump out to me as my least favourites. I mean, Leeds is unfortunately as well very, that couldn't be much more simple, really. And it's a bit of a shame. So maybe even Leeds. I think between Leeds and Watford is my take. Middlewam has any football shirt books out there, you reckon? That's a great question, Middlewam. Yeah. I mean, my favourites, there's a few that come to mind. John Devlin's True Colours series, and I don't know if they're even available because they tend to they sell out quite often. But True Colours, so it's John Devlin, he's one of my professional inspirations, and he's written a number of books. This one here is excellent, the international football kits, and it looks like there might even be some available. So if we, again, I'm doing this in a very convoluted way, but I want to see. Yeah, see, wow, so they have actually sold out, or there's only used ones for 50 quid, which is kind of mad. But that shows you how good, if you can find any of these, and there's other ones, some even harder to find. Yeah, that would be my take, Middleman. Bassen as well. Phil, do you still think And in terms of a Swansea on the field in Toon jersey, or did I change my mind with that Sonic the Hedgehog? Yeah, honestly, Baz, it's a very, very solid alternative. I think that I'd put it in a top 5. Put it that way. No, it's good, mate. It's good. And Andy with a very fair shout saying Newcastle home just for the sponsor making the 4 on every shirt. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, our second purchase, again, turned out to be a busy evening. This one I'm really happy with. Now, there is some damage, it's fair to say, not there. On the sleeves, well, nothing crazy, but there's a couple of pulls, certainly, and again, what looks like some fair marks. So it is quite damaged. And I think, that's the kind of thing where, given the price, I'm happy. I really like, this is, I think, one of the most interesting Adidas constructions. I really, really like this one. Again, you can see this. There is a fair bit of damage. So I think actually the price, again, I wouldn't call it a bargain. But I'm happy to pick up. I really like this construction. I think it's really interesting. You see these details here, which I'm good to see that in good condition. Bayern Munich had this famously, I think, on the home shirt. But there's a few things I like. I love the giant Red Bull sponsor. The old school MLS patch as well is fantastic. So this is good. I'm happy to pick this one up. This is one, again, you can wear a bit for 5-a-side. And if I was to sell it, I'd happily, I think I could easily recoup that amount. So, I mean, the best thing as well, or at least a nice bonus, is that you're getting from the same seller as the Bilbao shirt. So, if you can combine postage there, which was $3.85, so you're effectively halving the postage, if you like, or whatever. So that's going to be 2 shirts. Yeah, for 30 quid with postage. So really, really happy with that. AFC says, isn't that new shirt for £40? I think if it was in good condition, yeah, I think it would be. As is, it is a bit battered. There's quite a few marks. I think, but the thing is, the sellers made that clear. They said the condition's fair, and personally, I don't mind getting shirts like this because a shirt like this, if it's a bit battered, you're not going to be precious about it. I don't even wear all my shirts anyway, but I really just like this template. With this kind of chest panels, it's so interesting to me. And I've not seen this shirt in person before. I like to sometimes get shirts, and again, if I can sell it again for a tenner, I'll be happy. Or possibly, that's the thing. When you're buying and selling, some people frown on making a profit on stuff. I do try and make a profit if I can, whilst being reasonable and not being silly about it. But anyway, long and short, two decent purchases. I'm happy with that. Yeah, from the same seller again. Nice bonus. Of course, because we've been chatting for a while, missed a number of auctions. And he says as well, I have the football shirts book, A Connoisseur's Guide by Neil Hurd. Yes, that is also good. I don't have that myself, but certainly it often is discussed as one to pick up. Just another really good thing to see. This same seller, just excellent. Just do this guy. If you're selling shirts on eBay, be like this guy. Stick the product code on there, and you're good to go. Good question here from John Carl. Is it Climacool or Formotion? I believe this is Climacool. I may be wrong, but I believe this is what the Climacool. Yeah, I think you can see it. Okay, it is quite battered. And yeah, I must say, the more I look at it, I think, to be fair, it's actually quite bad condition, but not so bad condition that it put me off. Maybe I was a bit trick happy, but well, that's a nice couple of shirts there. Do we add this one? I think I probably won't. Yeah, Austria Vienna. It's. I think the sponsor, honestly, is a little bit unfortunate. I think either without that or something a bit more interesting, it could be worth a punt, or maybe something like a name on the back. But yeah, the same seller. We could go in again for a third time. But okay. What else have we got? I mean, we've had 2 purchases already before 8:30. For anyone who's late joining as well, I showed off the AOK shirt that I got off the back of the last Evo stream. So check out the start of the stream when you can. Now this, I believe we might have even seen this Celtic shirt before. It's a great shirt. It's a shame the last one print is so battered. Of course, you could get that removed or replaced. As is, at 25 quid, it's an excellent price. You know, it's well below market value if the name set was in good condition. I think, well, I mean, they're relatively easy to find, but again, that's worth double that, if not more. And with the name set, yeah, again, even more. So if you can sort the name set out, potentially good pick up there. This is interesting. What's going on with the sponsor on this Benfica shirt? Chest sponsor on the front and back have rubbed off. It almost looks like, you know, what Chelsea were potentially going to have to do with the shirts this week. Or yeah, we joked, didn't we, last week about that? Yeah, wow, that's. I almost thought, oh, is that like, you know, they've actually plastered that over? Could this be a European kind of match shirt or something? But it's not. I mean, the thing is, you know, for a fiver, obviously that is, you know, hilariously bad. In terms of the sponsor being off, but I don't know. It's worse way to spend a fiver. Daniel says, "Hey Phil, had a good weekend." Thank you, Daniel. I did have a good weekend. I really enjoyed. I did an exhibition, and actually, guys, I'm gonna share some pictures. I did send some pictures. I'll share them, and I'm gonna upload the talk that I gave as well, which talks a bit about my faith and obviously football shirts. You know what the event was all about. So I'm probably going to upload that to YouTube just for anyone who wanted to listen to that. But yeah, thank you, Daniel. The exhibition, as I say, was a real highlight. I really enjoyed putting that together. I basically showed off most of my collection, or you know, a good chunk of my collection. And yeah, I really enjoyed just putting that on. I'd like to do more exhibitions, and obviously, you know, in future, if my collection keeps growing, and yeah, I think there could be some potential there. How was your weekend, Daniel? And how was everyone else's weekend? I hope we're all doing well. I hope your week has started okay. It's only Monday, but I hope it's already been okay. Zach, any good finds out there? Zach, we've bought 2 shirts tonight. We've had a busy night. A Bilbao shirt for 17 quid. New York Red Bulls, 10 quid. Now, the Red Bulls is pretty battered. There's a lot of damage, but not tons. It's plenty, but a fair condition, I think. Yeah, that describes it. And the Bilbao is in better nick. So a couple of finds. Not the best purchases, like in terms of value, I think, but both happy. Both deals I'm happy with. That was a really convoluted way of saying it. Now this is interesting, guys. This is interesting. Valencia are one of my favourite teams of world football. This shirt was I remember this was one of my first eBay purchases. I think in the first year or two collecting, I picked up this Valencia shirt. Of course, in one of the notable Adidas templates, certainly of the time, which a number of teams used. But it's interesting to see the name set. Now, the first thing to check is that, because I don't have any memory of Mina, but that's more just my footballing knowledge than anything else. Let's just check. Whenever you see a name set, the first thing to do is check the player. So here we go. Santiago Mina Lorenzo, who's interestingly, he's at Celta now, but he was at Valencia for 4 years. So that's a good thing. First established that player existed. Next thing, of course, is now to look at a bit more about the shirt. Now, I can't remember the year. Was it? It was sometime in the late teens. Again, I did buy this shirt. I've owned this shirt and sold it on since. But it didn't have the name set, and this has piqued my interest at this price, especially. 15-16. So the 15-16 away, yeah. Of course, now we want to try and see, can we establish its authenticity? Now, based on these pictures, there's nothing which is putting me off as we look through. The one thing that does jump out, and again, this is just my kind of general research, and this is input. John Carl jumping in saying that means name set looks too clean. It does look very clean, so clean that yeah, it could be added on later potentially. But the thing with name sets, the big thing which is a warning flag on fakes is when they're very crumpled, whatever the word is, when they have lots of creases and folds. That to me generally is more of a concern than something that's clean. Of course, when it's that clean, you think has it been added later? That's a consideration. The other thing which I've just immediately noticed is it's a relatively low feedback rating. 90% is quite low by eBay standards. So let's look at their negative. We can only see so much, but so item never arrived. £5 Abercrombie chinos. Okay. I don't think we can see the other one. I mean, the thing is as well, and this is just a general thing, but if you're seeing various items, I actually prefer that than just football shirts in terms of a fake, because fake sellers often just deal with fake football shirts. These aren't, I mean, they're high street brands, so they're not designer stuff that's been flogged. It tends to be kind of cheap stuff. So yeah, it's a bit random to have this shirt. I mean, again, and I'm just talking through my research process here. This, to me, gut feeling, doesn't have the look of a fake seller. I don't want to say 100%, but again, a bit random. It looks like someone's just clearing out their stuff. You've got various stuff. It's not all designer stuff or high-end stuff. The football shirt doesn't make any sense in the context of the rest of it, but I'm happy now to progress to the next stage, I think, which will be to check, is that name set the one they used? And let's have some prices and see. But I think at this price, I'm interested. I think we're going to go for it. Let's just double check, see if we can get some more. I mean, that Adidas logo looks clean. That looks good. I think. Okay. Again, I want to catch up with your questions. I think I'm getting worse at this, honestly, guys. I need to when I get my full studio back, I'm going to get a second screen properly, and we're going to do it. It's going to be great. Let's. Again, I'll catch up before I do some more research. Valencia used to be put up at that kind of damage, but there's some amazing people who communicate sponsorship or name or names of Instagram and Twitter. There are, and that's, I think, an amazing thing which we've seen a lot of a growth in that area, which is really good to see. And Zach saying he had a 95, 96 Utrecht shirt come in. That is very, very nice, Zach. Very good pickups. Or pick up, I should say. Ragav says even feel hands on the Monday. Yes, we are, mate. We are. We've brought it forward. I mean, actually, guys, in the comments, let me know if Monday is better for you. Because if it is, and most people say, I might be able to shift that Tuesday slot to a Monday more permanently. But so, I mean, we're getting 20 viewers now. That's decent. Yeah, no, if a Monday is better than Tuesday, just for whatever reason for you guys, I might be able to accommodate that. So let me know in the comments if it is better, or in the chat, I should say. And Daniel says his mum's decent. Spent at home watching some movies. Nice, Daniel. Nice. That is decent. That sounds like a good weekend to me. Brox is saying, late. Do you know how many volumes of your magazine will be produced? And any thoughts on electronic version? So in short, Brock, magazine, it's kind of going to be made to order. I think we had an initial batch, which I don't know why I just did that. I want to go on some classic football shirts. So in short, we'll hopefully, we're going to order some more because they've just sold out on the first batch, and then we'll go from there. But in short, if people keep buying them, we will keep selling them. In terms of the electronic version, I'd like to do that, but probably not for a little while. Maybe even as long as a year. I'd like to leave quite a long time. But I think eventually I would look at that. I need to think about that. It sounds like we've got another subscriber again. Corey Saunderson, welcome, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. And if you're not subscribed, join Corey. Join Yeah, hit the subscribe button. Now, just quickly on this shirt, guys, we've seen the shirt. I'm liking some of the things I'm seeing, and certainly, the initial impression. I think it's real. I say think because that's a possibility, but we're not 100%. And actually, even as we're chatting, John Carl says, look at the collar tag. A quick glance doesn't look like Adidas. The other thing which I'm interested to see is that on the back of the shirts here, and this is on classic football shirts, one has the goal back sponsor. One doesn't have any back sponsor. And this, of course, has the Be In sponsor. So 3 different sponsors, which adds a bit of confusion. Now, looking at them again, we're literally just comparing pictures here. There's not too much to go on. But the name set seems, I think, consistent. Again, if I just do a bit of a drag here, have we got any? So the A there, it looks vaguely similar. It's hard to sort of say definitively. Yeah, it possibly looks a bit chunkier on this shirt, on the Me In the shirt. But if you look at the A and the N, but we're basing it. Yeah, it's not so. I think it's close enough, but I'm not, 100%. So the next thing I want to look at, and again, you can just see here, I'm having to figure this stuff out as we go along. Let's get some pictures. I want to see if we can see Valencia with that as the back shirt sponsor. It would be an odd thing to add. And if anything, I don't think that actually puts me off. In terms of if we could... The other thing actually though, which I should say of course, you can see that there isn't the inside neck detail that there is on here. Now that's, again, it only adds to the confusion. We're only going on classic football shirts here. But that doesn't... I'm honestly in 2 minds. If we now try and get some more pictures, let's try and establish. So we can see here on vintage, so this is good to see. On vintage football shirts, you can see a picture. It does have that detail. So we know that that's not just random. It's clearly on the shirt. It still doesn't necessarily help us with whether this is real, but that's helpful to know because it wasn't clear on the classic football shirts listing. So yeah, we're kind of, honestly, I'd say I want to see if we can get some pictures. So you can see here, again, we'll try to find pictures of the back of the shirt. If I just bring us back in to full screen, there we go. And I want to establish where the Be In sponsor, is this a cup thing potentially? That could be the case. And just catching up on the comments as well, BM, about 7 minutes ago, I've been very slow, but he was saying, do you collect to wear? I own shirts for multiple reasons. I also have a bit of both, some to wear. I probably only wear about 10-15% of my collection. A lot of it I don't wear. But yeah, in short, a bit of both. Joe says, Tuesday's better for me, but I can do either. Once my nephew gets off the school bus and it's handed over to his mother, nurse. Like I've said, Monday would be awesome. Just it starts the week. Yeah, I'll see. As I say, I'll probably keep with Tuesday unless enough people say that they can do, or they would prefer Monday. Yeah, so guys, anyway, looking at this, I'm still unsure. It's hard. I'm kind of doing this in a bit of a clunky way. I'm trying to see if that Valencia shirt ever had that sponsor on the pitch. Of course, yeah, that we're not getting very many results here as I Google. Now on the shirt, yeah, there's nothing. Again, it's not. I can't say definitively either way. If we try Be In as well. So this is okay. This is interesting. So this could be anything from a fake site to a genuine site. I don't know kind of the exchange rate here, but what I'm trying to figure out is this: it's real without the product code, and that's of course another negative with no product code. I think if it stays at the situation we're at currently, if it stays at this price, I would probably stick in a bid and I could get my money back. And it's happened before. We had the Italy shirt, which I picked up a few weeks ago, and it was clearly fake. We got the refund. It's no bother. It's worth noting as well, this was one of the last few seasons before La Liga standardised their typeface, which I quite like. I think that actually adds to these kind of shirts. You can see later on some of the shirts that they had the standard La Liga typeface. So the jury's out on this one. I'm confident enough to stick in a bid at this sort of price though. So we're going to go for it. Of course, as we do here on these streams, you can see the bid I'm putting in usually. So you're very welcome to jump in on a higher bid if you like it more than me. That's completely fair. And Magav as well, again catching up, saying picked up the 86 United away shirt for 130 miles from Holy Grail. Wow, the 1986 United away. Nice. And at that price, it's a very good price. Wow. Richard as well. Not the listing you're looking at, but I bought the same blended shirt a couple of years ago, and I think I got a fake, so I'm selling it on eBay at the moment. Mine doesn't have the Adidas month year tag. Interesting, Richard. Yeah, this one. So this one, I did own a genuine one of this shirt, without the name or number. It was so long ago though, because I bought it. It would have been about 6-7 years ago now. Well, no, it wouldn't have been much more because that was when the shirt was out. But it was, I think, it was about 6 years ago. And then since sold it, and honestly, looking at these pictures, there's nothing which is making me think that definitely isn't what the shirt used to look like. But I'm also cautious. The fact we don't have too much info to go by. But anyway, all that being said, let's stick in a bid for $12.50. We've already had a couple of purchases this evening, but I think if we didn't have the name set, I would be less bothered. With the name set, I want to see it. I want to see it at that price. Will we get it? I don't think I'll raise my bid. Of course, you guys can jump in if you want to, as usual. But we've already had the Bilbao and the New York Red Bulls, so quite a few purchases tonight. It's a busy night, as we were saying. So we continue with half an eye on the auction there. No one's outbid us yet. We've got 40 seconds to go though. This is a very nice night shirt. It's just a clean night shirt in long sleeves. I mean, it's not anything special, but that's just great. Aviva, which I think works well enough. The blue did stand out, but as a logo, there's worse out there. Yeah, that's great. In long sleeves, large long sleeves. Yeah, sure. It's not one of the best night shirts, but I think that's a sneakily good deal, to be honest. Yeah. If I hadn't already made a few purchases, someone has outbid us at 13 quid. That's okay. I'm happy to let that one go. I think it was a good deal, and of course, if it is real, that is an excellent deal. I'd say that would be really, really good. I think it probably was. Nonetheless, we've got a couple of wins today. We can let that one slide. I'm not too gutted. Was it one of you guys that... My phone is going crazy after that. If it was one of you guys, I'd love to know though if one of you guys outbid me. I'd be happy to see that. It's the away. Now, this one, of course, was... the Italy Puma shirts of this era, very, particularly this particular one was more of a kind of exercise in shirt construction than anything else. And an XXL, these weren't too tight. They weren't the kind of Kappa Combat type, but of course they, well, from memory they ran smaller, but I might be wrong on that. I say of course, as if I know. I seem to remember these ran slightly smaller, but I might be wrong. A fair price, although there is some pulls and damage and bubbles, but honestly not a bad price. The size again isn't in their kind of ideal range, but yeah. Prices, yeah, so price shot up there, 23 quid. That seems like a good deal. Lots of good deals to be had tonight. It's a busy one on eBay. That's for sure. Some more from what looks like the same seller. Heisenberg 7. That's just a very decent, to be honest, at that price. That is a reasonable pickup. It's an XL again, which isn't. If it was an M or an L, I'd be more tempted. But if we look at the other listings, that's interesting. Wow, okay, so they've got the Bob Marley Bohemian shirt, which has only just been released. This season's Roma shirt, potentially. You know what's funny, guys? I've got one of these Roma shirts, and I'm looking to sell it. So I might even just go and have a quick check, and we can compare tags. I'm going to assume it's fake, just because it seems unusual that you would be selling a current season shirt with a name for that price, of course. That's a red flag in itself. But yeah, just looking at the seller. Should we do it, guys? Let me. I'm gonna get the Roma shirt, as I say, literally out the wardrobe. Give me 10 seconds. I'm just gonna switch our screen. I'll go and see what we've got in the way of the tags. So. In fact, if we just go, and then where's the poor scene? Be right back. Okay, so this is the Roma shirt, the same Roma shirt that we've just seen on eBay. Let's just do a very quick exercise. In fact, I'll switch to eBay soon. So on here, if we look at that tag and just based on the tag alone, I can confirm, or at least it's not the same barcode at all. And the reason I say that, and I can't really show you fully here, but if you just bear with me, we're a bit behind on my second screen again. On the tag on here, you can see it says New Balance SS Jersey, whereas on again, I should switch the scene before I say. You can see here we've got is that, I don't know if that's very visible, but it says AS Roma away. So you can see here that's already just a warning sign. This is the genuine Roma shirt, and by contrast, again, I'll just switch back. But this, you know, I mean, if I just do a visual comparison, there's nothing clearly fake, although the New Balance logo on the inside neck does look to be a bit squashed compared to the genuine article. Yeah, so I think, and this is the kind of thing, the price is a bit too good to be true. Kind of got excited, you see it, you think, oh, 25 quid, you know, I mean, even if you paid 40, 50 quid, that's a good deal with a name set. The name set does look a little bit kind of, yeah, it's got those creases, it looks a A little bit dodgy. I'm going to just assume that's a fake. That label does not look good. It certainly doesn't compare to the one I've got in hand. We don't always have the benefit, of course, of having the shirt. John Cole makes a very good point as well, saying about barcodes. Sometimes, of course, barcodes can change. But I think again, and it could just be a bad photo. But if you look at the New Balance logo there, you see it's relatively squashed. It's almost quite almost like quite square. Whereas if again I'm a bit clunky doing this. But if I then switch you over to here, you can see the difference in the kind of width of the New Balance logo. You know, it looks like you'd expect it to look. It's a lot wider. Whereas again, if you switch, it looks a bit squashed. It could just be a bad photo, but I think it is just a bit dodgy. The New Balance on the shirt as well looks a bit funny. So it might be real. It's not 100%, but there's not enough there for me to make a bid, that's for sure. Matthew says, I thought just found showing yesterday from your video with away days. One thing I saw on the shirt was some of the shirts had little bits of red trim inside the shoulder areas and others not. Very good spot. Very good spot, Matthew. I missed that. Great to hear about phoning me through away days. That's really cool. I've got a lot of time for this. And yeah, no, that's really cool, mate. Thank you for stopping by. And if you like football shirts, you're in a good place. Yeah, so anyway, this Roma shirt, I think it's fake. If it is real, that's a great deal, of course. But we will move on nonetheless. What I said is feel the differentiating the fake individuals. Honestly, Monet, it's a constant battle. I mean, if you guys, I think, hopefully you've seen how, even though I've been doing this for a long time, every time, you almost have to go through the process every time. And it's not always easy. I think I'd like to think that's one of the lessons we've really learnt together on this series of eBay streams. It's a constant process. You get it wrong sometimes. The great thing is, you know, I've never had a problem with sending something back. You know, every time I have bought a fake accidentally, you know, if I've not realised, I've been able to return it, no problems. Of course, that isn't always the case, but interesting to see this Inter shirt as well, which, I mean, I'm just going to assume it's fake based on the price, but again, there's no shot of the product code. We could Google the tags, the codes and the tags, which might help. But anyway, in short, interesting to see. I would be, quite interested to pick up the shirt. Sadly, I believe I'm right in saying the Inter away here wasn't available in the player issue, which I think was a bit of a letdown for a lot of people who like player issue shirts. Corey saying code is always fake. Nice, good intel, Corey. Very good intel. That's the thing, isn't it? And people like Corey, if you've been hunting him out enough, just by the code alone, you can see. So we'll go back just to show what Corey's talking about there on the tag. So yeah, I mean it's the whole tag is generic. There's nothing about Inter, which is obviously a warning sign in itself. But great to get that information from Corey as well. Good stuff. That's what it's all about, guys. Helping each other out on our travels. And again, we get it wrong sometimes. We get excited, we put in a bid, we later regret it. It happens. I have a lot of time for this Juve shirt. I had it in long sleeves actually, and did sell it. When I sold it, I think it was about 120. It was quite a bit for the long sleeve version. So in comparison, that's a very good price. Of course, it is short sleeve. But yeah, to be honest, a good pickup there. Killer Kits, obviously a big seller. You can see a number of shirts from them. Let's have a bit more of a closer look at what they're doing. And before we do, some more comments. I need to keep up with the comments better than I have been tonight. Okay, score predictions for tomorrow's United's game. who are you playing, Ragav? Because I honestly can't remember. Remind me. Was one of United released alongside Authentic mid-season. Yeah, I wonder if that maybe it was due to demand. I don't know. But yeah, that is quite interesting. Cool, he says I've seen that good enough times today. Hey, it's good. It's good. Again. It was like the first yawn, almost an hour in. Any regular viewers will know I am almost like clockwork. Sorry, let me start my sentence again. Any regular viewers will know I yawn almost like clockwork on my streams. That one took a while to get going though. BM says, easy fun. If the seller's perfect feedback and you sell many items and it isn't a low fixed price and much besides, you're pretty much good to go. That's good. I think you're right with the fixed prices is always a warning sign. And again, reviews are key for sure. Just looking at this seller, this is Killer Kits. Seems to be a fairly established outfit with 150 listings. Shot quite nicely as well. If we go through, I'm kind of just curious. Sometimes I like to kind of, as opposed to the kind of general eBay search, it's nice to go through a seller. A very fair price here on this Palmer shirt. I can't remember. I'd have to verify its authenticity, but and it's a small, which is a bit of a shame. It wasn't a small. I mean, even if it is a small, to be fair. So it fits like a UK small. So it's labelled as a kid size. Okay, so yeah, the price is kind of reflective of that. Okay, this is a very, and again, these are buy it now listings. This is a French shirt I'd like to pick up at some point. So that might be one to revisit again off stream and see kind of the price on that, and maybe that is actually quite a good deal. Browsing through. What else have we got, guys? What else have we got? I'm kind of skim reading, skim browsing. Some nice shirts certainly. House Verona, very nice. I've seen a few of these. This is interesting. This is one I'd like to do more research on. I've seen a few of these. What is supposedly a prototype, and I believe that there's some shots of magazines at the time, kind of promoting this prototype, which does seem to verify at least somewhat the story. Of course, the pattern is reminiscent of the one that was used for Nigeria's kits at USA 94. Price is relatively high. I think you probably, even though it's quite an interesting shirt, and even though it is potentially quite rare, you'd want to pay a bit less than that. But nonetheless, very interesting shirt. One I want to do more research on for sure. And this is another similar one from the same era. I mean, that is pretty cool. Pretty cool, it must be said. I don't remember much. I mean, we could do a quick search on old football shirts. To look at Germany's key history. I mean, the one thing with that, just on the colour, it looks way too green. Which makes you think, okay, again, of course, you have to kind of... Clearly it's more bluey green. Is this a goalkeeper variant, or is this something else? Is it simply fake? It's a South American version, which, you know, can happen. Colours certainly can be very different on these regional variations. The price is relatively high anyway, but interesting. Interesting to see that seller. BM says, currently watching this in my Red Bull Leipzig 2021 third shirt. Very nice choice of kit. BM. Guys, we'll have a few more minutes and then we'll recap on what has been a busy night. A busy night on eBay. We've had a couple. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not even going to... Well, no, let's just enjoy the absolute madness of this print job. Printmaster 69, CFC are crap, who cares? were redundant. Fantastic. One for ruined shirts there. There's a lot going on. I particularly like the fact they've alternated the print in there with white and black, and there's a lot going on there, to say the least. Yeah, wow. I mean, it looks like that's on the inside of the shirt as well. I mean, there's so much to unpack. Wait, we ordered from Premaster. Pretty rare, can be worse. I'm not seeing. Yeah, there's too much going on there. There's too much to understand. Andy saying Germany is a version of South America. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, that's certainly what the seller said as well, which is good, and that explains what was quite a different colour. But that's cool. That's cool to see. A kind of item for the Liverpool club shop, which is quite interesting. We continue. What else have we got? We've had a couple of purchases. Anything at the last minute to jump in on? Inter Milan football shirt. Now, that's interesting. What appears to be a purchase from CFS. Yep, I mean it's an XXL apparently, and was that from a couple of years ago. Potentially a good deal there if it stays around that price. John Carl saying a little more relevant now than back then. I assume that's in reference to the Chelsea shirt, John Carl. Real Betis shirt as well. Looks pretty good, honestly. The price seems reasonable. This looks at the same seller actually as the Inter shirt, and indeed it is. Now they've got a number of bag shirts. Now, of course, you have to kind of take these things with a pinch of salt. But I mean, they've got the Venezia shirt supposedly as well. Based on the pictures, it looks pretty good, honestly. Yeah, I'd want to do some more checks, but there's nothing on there which is screaming fake. I mean, the price is obviously quite low. Again, it seems odd to have a new shirt at that price, but it could, it is possible. That's one. I think I'll check that out after stream, a bit like I did on the AOK shirt. Yeah, very interesting. And Andy confirming says I have long sleeve home Germany from South. Has the same tag. Good stuff. Thank you very much, Andy. I don't remember this Argentine shirt. I assume that's a training shirt. It looks like a training shirt based on the material. Yeah. So again, if that was real, I'd happily. I mean, I've bought and since sold the home shirt, but I'd be interested to see the away in person. I've not seen the away in person yet. It's pretty wild. Obviously, Venezia are in a bit of a relegation battle at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to check if that's real or not, but potentially an interesting one. And Andy, you know what? That's a great shout, Andy, saying a lot of Valencia away shirts are white with the actual is off-white. That is a very good point. And actually, as you say that, Andy, this is clearly white. So, honestly, just on that very accurate point from Andy, that's enough to put me off that purchase. And this is, again, you can see, I must have seen the shirt 100 times, but Andy has correctly pointed out that and that is a very good point, that the fakes will be much, I mean, that looks, brilliant white, as opposed to the off-white of the actual shirt. So even though my first glance I was pretty positive and I was thinking, okay, I'll do a bit more research, but I mean, and again, the colours I think are wrong on the triangles anyway. So I think there's enough there to say, okay, maybe not. It's certainly enough to make me think twice. Football shirt connoisseurs were saying Battlefield, the Bombi home shirt is sold out everywhere. Inside under XL. There you go. I mean, yeah. Do you have a look, mate? But that was one which I may have just been too late to the party there. As we begin to wrap up, guys, it's been a busy one. It's been lots of potential fakes in the mix, but we did get some good pickups. Now this is another one which the pictures here are horrendous, and it's a shame because I'd like to see more of this one. I'd like to see a product code. I quite like the shirt. It's one I'd happily pick up. I think I'm going to ask this guy for if I can see any internal labels. So let's do that now. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah. Hi, please. So I'm reading this out to you. You can see it. Please send any pictures of internal labels. Shirt. And we'll see if they get back to us. If that is real, if we can verify it's real, it's a shirt I quite like. Something about that print looks a bit off. It looks a bit tight. I'm pretty sure that's not how they would print it. Of course, it could be a bad print job, but that does make me kind of think, I'm not sure about that. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what comes back. If it is real, that's a very good price, of course. But guys, I think that's a good point to end it. So let me bring us back to the main screen. I didn't close my wardrobe door there very well. I'm just going to do that for us. But guys, thank you so much for stopping by. As we finish, I'll read out some more comments. Arthur says, "What have I missed?" Arthur, we picked up 2 shirts: a Bilbao. I'll show us a Bilbao shirt and a New York Red Bull shirt. Both for reasonable prices. I'm happy with the prices. Nothing crazy. I think below market value. But the Bilbao there and the New York Red Bulls. The New York Red Bulls was pretty battered, it's fair to say, but nothing crazy again in terms of the damage. I'm happy with that. Crucially from the same seller, which is a nice way to save a bit of money. I might keep them. I might sell them for a bit. Probably won't make a ton of profit if I did sell them, but kind of below, just classic staples to kind of grow the collection. See these shirts in person. Sometimes you see a shirt and you warm to it when you see it in person. So yeah, pretty productive one, I'd say. And he's saying, sorry, John Carson, well, he said Valencia. I actually mean Valencia. My boys Valencia aren't getting relegated, I hope. It's true when John Carson said they've given us some great shirts. They have given us some great shirts, some very interesting shirts. Of course, not everyone's cup of tea, and they are pretty crazy. I think the style of the Venezia shirts, they're unlike anything really we've seen from one particular team. But guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and it was really encouraging to see so many, despite it being not the usual day we do. But yeah, it's been really good. I really enjoyed your company as always. We've had a couple of purchases as well, so yeah, nice one, guys. Nice one. Any final questions? I'll leave it another 10-20 seconds. Feel free to fire anything over for us to chat about at the end. But if not, I'll say goodbye. Yeah, I'm happy eBay shopping this week. If you're on eBay, if you're out on Thursday, if you've never stopped by our Hot Wall stream, and it's a time that not everyone can make, but at 4 p.m. GMT. We're gradually ranking all the shirts that have been released this year. There's a lot of shirts, and we're just we're barely scratching the surface, but we're sticking them on a big kind of Top Gear style wall, which are called the Hot Wall, as a play on the Cool Wall from Top Gear. But that's on Thursday. Of course, you can watch on Catch Up as well. But Andy says, enjoyed the Monday stream, great start of the week. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, as always. Really appreciated your company and your input. And the same goes for all of you guys. Middleman, before we go, good question. Did you like the new Portland Timbers shirt? I did, Middleman. I think just the colours alone was so interesting. It's not my favourite shirt. I mean, I think, there's other shirts I pick up, but it's the kind of thing. I'm quite big on Portland Timbers shirts in general. I think they're usually quite nice, both home and away. So it's the kind of thing I'd like to pick up. I would like to pick up. It's just a shame the Authentics are so expensive. So I think I'm going to have to kind of buy my time and maybe get one or see if it goes on sale. But yeah, I do like it. Just again, the colours are so interesting on that one. Really unusual. I can't think of another shirt in that combo. And Joker says we'll get another Volcano shirt. Exactly. We've had only 2 shirts in the highest category. Will we get another one? But thank you all for your company. I really enjoy these streams. Don't forget, subscribe if you are new. If you're just stopping by for the first time, be a subscriber. We're close to 3,000 subscribers, I think, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. And very quickly, every time I go to say goodbye, you guys jump in with another comment, which is good to see. Joe Carr saying the most need to follow on the back. I would agree. One of the best ways to improve any shirt, any pattern shirt, which is kind of a lost art in today's shirt world often, is that the pattern just stops on the back. When it continues on the back, that's a good thing. That's a wise lesson. A wise note to leave it on. But thank you so much, guys. I will see you very soon. Have a good rest of your evening. Take care.